Greetings, Gulls, and welcome back to another episode of Starfleet Command, where I'm Commodore Tyrk of the Heavy Battlecruiser Bailiff, as we continue our campaign against all of neutral space. And last time, well, we have been dueling it over the planet of 24-6. We have figured out the problem that we've been running into. We cannot have allies on a mission that we, well, are fighting against, and so we're going to seek to avoid that wherever possible if we actually want to conquer things. So with that out of the way, let us head back home and patch up the ship. We are a little bit dented. We're also at a fairly decent amount of cash at the moment, which is fairly nice, considering that we may want to sometime soon move into a bigger, better, and more powerful vessel. Whether or not we actually do that is going to be a little bit up in the air. 4,000 is okay when it comes to plasma races. However, we're really going to need around 6 to 8 if we really want to make a major step up. Another thought that we might end up doing is we could end up moving on over towards a brand new battleship, which would be very expensive, or multiple vessels. So the multiple vessels is also very expensive. It's going to be about 4,000 per ship. And if we wanted to create sort of a full cruiser lineup, then we're going to really need to expand a little bit to get underway on that one. So we are dropping in on a brand new patrol, MET-10, an excellent way to begin the day, as is our custom, and we'll get ourselves up to proper charging speed while also preparing a Wild Weasel. We've been running into a lot of Gorn, mainly because we're right next to Gorn space, and we kind of want to be prepared for whatever actually happens to come our way. So we're just going to chill and maximize the speed of time as we end up figuring out what we're going to fight. Oh, it's a Dreadnought. I'm starting to think that the game does not actually understand what type of ship we're in, because we are not Dreadnought class. Like, this is a heavy battlecruiser at best, and even then we are not a particularly high swinging heavy battlecruiser. The PPD is a wonderful weapon system. I absolutely adore it for the support that it can do, but at the end of the day, that's a Dreadnought, and that thing has multiple Plasma S torpedoes, a Plasma R torpedo. This is just not in the same neighborhood, so we're going to have to hopefully get some good fire going on. One, and the other PPD was not able to find a target at all, so now we're immediately going to turn on away. I'm going to shift the shields over to the stern because we're about to take a couple of plasma torpedoes, I'd imagine. And yep, there it goes. The range is about 10, but I am moving away from them. They are covering this distance in about a turn and a half. It takes about 3 turns for the plasma to fully dissipate. I'm going to kick on the speed just a little bit more so that we can hopefully get on away from these guys. Now the sensor decoy ready, so that gives me a little bit more support. I think we'll actually let the phasers burn. So it is one of the questions you have to ask yourself. Do you want to have your phasers burn, or do you want to try and take the damage? Well, we burned the phasers in order to prevent him from being able to do anything. Gonna drop a mine, see if we can't head on away. He is actually outrunning me a little bit. I don't have the speed to be able to fully blitz away from this. Are you gonna plow the mine? He may be planning to plow the mine. So he did not fire his entire plasma complement, which is something you have to keep in mind when we're sort of operating in this realm. I'm going to fire a pseudo-plasma torpedo, see if I can't bait out a Wild Weasel shuttle from him. If I can, then we'll be in a much nicer position, because we are moving quite quickly and able to shift on. That was a crash stop right there. Okay, the shot would have hit him anyway, had we actually decided we wanted to go in on that kind of engagement, but we ended up not needing to. So the goal I'm going to make up for us now is we're going to basically curl out and around. Our PPDs should actually be ready by the time he's fully ready to rock and roll. So with that in mind, holy crap, what is with this acceleration? Oh, you are not your average Dreadnought. I get you. Alright, so we're going to have to come around and hopefully get this shot in properly, because otherwise this is going to be a little bit rough, because I don't want to get anywhere near closer to him than I absolutely have to. 2 misses, 3 misses, 4 misses, and the 4th one actually managed to hit. Okay. And we're going to pull on away. Immediately try and build the range wide once again. We're trying to avoid those plasma torpedoes. This is clearly Allied Dreadnought. Well, no, it's not. I was about to say it's clearly Allied Dreadnought, but clearly it's not. It's a GDN standard. So I'm a little bit surprised he's got an acceleration rate that's so high, especially in the low end, but I suppose that's normal? I'm not quite familiar with Gorn Dreadnoughts as normal, but we're steadily whittling them down bit by bit. I'm going to drop another mine, see if we can't continue to keep him on the back foot. I don't want to get too close with him. He does have a lot more swinging close range firepower than I do. Our firepower exists solely in the realm of long-range engagement, and so we need to desperately keep it there. If he gets in close to us, then the problems will start to occur. Now we do have another plasma torpedo that we can fire in pseudo mode to hopefully take control of a situation. However, I'm kind of hoping that I won't have to use it. In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop another mine, and we're just going to see if we can extend this out. Him breaking into that maneuver gives us more time, and that's the important bit. PPD is about to come back online, which will be pretty helpful once we actually circle back on into him, and then we'll be able to hopefully hurt him for a whole bunch of damage. And by a whole bunch of damage, I mean just if the PPD's hit at all. He is currently putting out 1 pip of attack shift, which is not great for us, but it's not exactly the worst thing in the world. So I'm not going to be able to get a good angle on him at this current rate. Jeez, man, you are booking it. But he's really zipping along at quite the high rate of speed. I'm going to wait for both my plasma torpedoes to come on back, and we're going to chuck another pseudo-torpedo over the shoulder, see if we can't force another stop. Because if you do that, then we might be able to get a little bit of work done on this one. So come up with... nope, you're the one that I already used. Oh, that is the turn I wanted to make, though. So fire that plasma torpedo out the back. Hopefully he will be, because he's moving into speed of 31. Jesus, this is a significant amount of speed in that. And again, the plasma torpedo would have hit had we actually decided to shoot at him, but I'm just going to take this opportunity to bring out the range, because, jeez, this guy is really coming at us hard, and I'm very surprised at how hard he can actually come at me. So we'll bring in our circle back in around, but I don't have a pseudo-torpedo for another little while to go with. So that is a bit of a concern. He's already accelerated well past... Am I at speeds? I am at speed 7. So I'm not quite sure what's up with that, but he's definitely causing me some trouble. Okay, 1 miss, 2 miss, and a good lock. Get those out, and we'll pull away. Now he is in a position where he can return fire. We do not want to stop. Stopping is very, very bad. In fact, I kind of do want to get within a range of 10 just to figure out how badly your shields are. However, we'll see how these end up doing. Good hit and good hit. Send a probe. Okay, so he is badly damaged. Well, not on hull structure just yet, but the amount of damage that we've done to his shields is huge. So I'm going to take this opportunity, since he's facing away from me, we're going to book and build as much distance as we can. I'm actually not charging my plasma systems as fast as I'd like to. There we go. So we're just going to run away as fast as we can for now. He will be charging at his maximum power once again soon. However, I should have a pseudoplasma torpedo ready by the time that we're all ready guns to go. And that'll be kind of the critical thing here. When we turn back on in, we'll be able to use our long-range firepower to sort of hold the engagement at the range that we want it. Hopefully. We have managed to avoid using most of the systems that would otherwise be consumables, aside of course from mines, of which we have used 3 or 4 of them, which is less than ideal. I would prefer not to have used anything, but no, that's not really a valid thing that would happen in an engagement like this. We are heading towards the edge of the map, which is a bit of a concern, because I will have to cross him, and I don't want to do that. I do not want to make that cross maneuver. Okay, I am going to start pulling away. Starboard plasma torpedo is going to be a little while in coming. Port side plasma torpedo was the one I just used, so it's not going to have a pseudo torpedo ready to go. I'm hoping I can get the full turn going on in here, but no promises. However, I can get the shot just normal going down, and he is not charging his defense, so I'm going to hurt him. 2 misses, 3 misses, 3 misses, and good hits. And starboard side plasma torpedo, fire pseudo. The range is... Come on. Please be ready. Please be ready. Come on. There we go. Jesus. Did I do something wrong on this? Not quite sure. Plasma torpedo heading off over towards him. I can't imagine he's not ready for it. And there's his crash stop. Okay, that buys me time. Slow down. Because I'd like to circle on in the other direction, but no, we're going to commit to an in-line attack. I do have plasma torpedoes ready to go for enveloping mode, which will be quite handy on this one. But the thing we got to remember is one of our biggest advantages is that long-range fight. So we don't want to get too close. Your acceleration is just out of this world, man. I don't know how you maintain that kind of speed. Okay, he is blasting me to the back, and that is an acceptable loss for now, but he's going to outmaneuver me, and I don't know if I'm going to get my PPDs ready to go on time. Oh my god, I just said I'm about to be outmaneuvered by Gorn Dreadnought, but honestly, the ISC is not exactly the most nimble of races. Forward shields are down. Good hits on that. Come on, PPDs. 1 miss. And just 1 miss. Okay, good. Okay, good hits on target. That's a plasma torpedo over the shoulder. I am not going to break for this one. I'm just going to accept it as the price of doing business on this. It is 30 damage. It is going to probably cut through that shield if it hits. It did not cut through the shield. Okay, that phaser did push it through, but still, that was amazing. The fact that we managed to avoid actually having to worry about that full system offline. Now, we have apparently taken out quite a few of his phaser systems. He's having a bit of a bad day, which is always a solid position for us to be in. So I just need to keep the range out long so I can continue to use my PPDs in that fashion. Now, I may not be able to do it from that range. That may be something that I'm not quite capable of getting done. Portside is not ready to go. Yeah, we're not going to have much luck on this increased speed. We're going to have to get back up to speed of 21. I'm going to drop a mine. See if we can influence him to back the heck off. We have a distance of 15 in closing. So this is going to be a little bit tight, but we are trying to hold this out for as long as possible. Or if we can, work around to his back, because that'll put us in a good position with the PPDs. I think we've already managed to damage his engines a little bit, although he is starting to accelerate once again. His attack shift is off entirely, so that is somewhat helpful. Starboard side plasma torpedo is facing him, however, it's not going to be ready to go anytime soon. Gonna drop another mine, see if we can discourage pursuit. I'd like to get this shot angle, because it's a good one. Oh, it's going to be the whole salvo. Now you'll notice it's only half damage compared to what it was doing before, but that's because the range was long. But that's great. That was an amazing salvo right there. Do I have a plasma torpedo available? I'm not sure I want to fire it into this. I'm going to fire the pseudo torpedo now. Let's see how he reacts to it. I'm hoping he will. And that'll open me up to be able to fire another pair of plasma torpedoes on into him. Now that's a fairly decent angle right there. Just for a torpedo strike. Come on, react to it. React to it. You know you want to. If not, I'm going to fire another plasma torpedo at you. He didn't react to it. Alright, we're going to get in close. Unless no, his shuttle bay's not down. Like, unless his shuttle bay's offline. Okay, you're holding me in your real nasty location right here. Okay, we've opened him up a little bit. Portside plasma. Hopefully I'm close enough, but it is a chase pursuit, so if he has a shuttle available, he's not... Yeah, there's his crash stop, and there's mine. Oh, I'm not going to break in time. Oh my god, I did. We braked exactly at the right moment. Unfortunately for me, he has an R-type plasma torpedo, and I don't. So wait for the attack shift to go away. Come on, forward shield, please. Forward shield. He's going to shoot me. Keep the speed low. Keep the speed low. I want to keep the speed low to avoid the bomb. Come on, distance is 3.2. We're good, we're good. Plasma torpedo. My PPD is actually ready to go. I just don't have an opportunity to use it at the moment. And there go your shields again, which is lovely, and this is gonna hurt. Yeah, I got nothing. Oh, of course my Marines go. Ow, that was a hit that didn't have to happen. Marines offline. On the bright side, I'm not actually taking a lot of damage from that. Well, the forward shield actually didn't take a huge amount of damage from that. Can you please let me the heck go? Thank you. Thank you very much. You are about to bring another set of plasma torpedoes on top of me, and I don't want to deal with that. So I won't. Okay, he's got another S-type plasma torpedo ready to go soon, but I do have some repairs I need to get knocked down. Toying with dreadnoughts. Always a load of fun. Keep the engine repair going. Taking 50 damage to the chest is not exactly a healthy proposition. Shuttle bay's offline. Ooh, that's fun. So now I can really put the pressure on him. He's not going to bubble out of range. He's going to keep himself nice and tight with me. He'll be intelligent, which is always irritating. Or maybe not. Maybe he's gonna bring the... No, he's just giving himself room. But that's okay. Portside plasma torpedo is about to be ready. And my portside plasma torpedo is actually on target. A little bit more phaser fire. Come on, break something. Damage something. Destroy something. There we go. The plasma torpedo he was holding is now gone. And we're on the out on him with now. Out on him with that? I'm not even sure what I was saying there. We are definitely on the... Well, I can't say we're on the disengaging side, but we are because we're behind him. So we're just going to wait for this plasma torpedo to get a shot, and that probably will actually finish him off. So you don't want to be too close to dreadnoughts, of course, when they explode, because you take damage. Oh, he survived that one. No, he didn't. Taken care of. That only took 15 minutes. 13 minutes and 12 seconds. Well, to be fair, we are a much, much, much smaller vessel than that. Only 308 prestige. Kind of feels like a bit of a cop-out for all the work that we ended up doing. 81 damage onto the system itself. Only used 2 spare parts, but we went through 6 mines. And a couple of Marines that I probably shouldn't have used. The Marines didn't end up accomplishing anything anyway. So we'll restock all of that. Distress call. Let's go answer a distress call. Let's see if we can't zip in to support whoever's in trouble.
Prepare for battle.
Prepare for battle. Oh, great. It's another dreadnought. And we're answering the distress call of a Hideki. And it's a DNT. So you know this is going to be fun. Right. Okay, of course I'm going to need the Wild Weasel, because the Wild Weasel is going to keep you away from all kinds of damage, which is helpful. It's very helpful, trust me. And if you don't, well, you'll find out on your own. Run up against the Gorm without Wild Weasels, without a fast ship, and you'll find out. And we need to increase the speed of time, so that FFL is dead. There's probably no way I can actually get to him. I mean, we're going to give it our best to sort of zip in time to save him, but come on, let's be honest with ourselves. The FFL's not being smart, coming over towards me. He's being dumb and going right in towards him. Oh, I used to have a DNT. Those twin R-type plasma torpedoes are a nightmare. And you're dead. You're not dead yet, but we're going to fail the mission because he's going to die. Because he was stupid. There's no other way to put it. Absolutely moronic. Like, why would you do that? Now, the DNT is not exactly overwhelmed with phasers. It's got like 8 phaser 1s, which is something that we actually match him on. And we actually got him on phaser 3 armament. However, you'll notice, of course, that twin R-type plasma torpedo armament is, well, the only way to describe it is monstrously huge. Alright, let's start slowing down, and let's prepare a pseudo-plasma torpedo. Fire the pseudo. I'm going to wait for a closer range, because I do want to get a fairly decent shot in on this one. There we go. Oh, good. We're going to have full impact on this one. And good solid openings. There's his crash stop. And we'll start to cycle away from him. We are going to have to sort of cut back on in rather aggressively, but yeah, you are dead. Just... the advantage we have here is the DNT has a major weakness, and that is that if it doesn't hit with its plasma torpedoes, it's not going to hit with anything. It is a normal dreadnought, so it's fairly maneuverable at the helm. But yeah, it's a very solid design. The thing that it starts to really fail on, though, is if you start running into loads and loads of fighters, which was what we ended up finding during our campaign. Now, the reason I'm using enveloping plasma torpedoes, aside from just screwing with all of his shields, is also that I can make shots like these and work on his weakened shields over there. So I'm having a major effect no matter where I actually impact. So he's actually giving me quite a bit of initiative, which I'm rather surprised on. Of course he's doing that crap, though. So that's going to destroy my aft shields in relatively short periods of time. Yeah, aft shield is gone. Oh, I forgot you have that a really, really wide angle on that. All of your plasma torpedoes are huge, but that's going to knife right through my aft shields. Oh, it was fake. Oh, lucky me. Alright, so we're going to pull the distance out, and actually, I think what we want to do... Yeah, we definitely want to. Come on, please tell me you have a crash stop available. No, you don't. I tried. Mission failed. What do you want me to do? At the end of the day, what are you actually expecting me to pull off? If he had one more Wild Weasel, he could have actually survived that one. But yeah, definitely a bit of a rough one on that one. So Distress Call did not end up going quite the way we wanted to, but no real damage to the ship, so there's that. I'll bounce out over here and see what there's. Convoy raid is not something we're good at. So we do have certain limitations. Shipyard Assault is also something we're not good at. I'll be damned before I take an anomaly against a dreadnought, because that's what it'll send against me. Oh crap, I'm stuck with it. You know what, folks? We're actually going to end it. No, we got to do it. We're under the 20 minutes. Let's rock and roll. Let's rock, and let us also roll. Although I do kind of wish that I had a little bit more in support. Okay, we got allies, the Bloodhound and the Blackened Heart. So let's overload all weapon systems, normalize that. So we might actually be facing pirates, which would be very helpful. A pirate-only attack would actually allow us to engage whoever we're actually going for and probably be able to kill them. Oh, there he is. No, he's a full-on Gorn Heavy Cruiser. Tell me what kind of Gorn Heavy Cruiser am I dealing with? A CC+. Okay, so 2 S's. I think it's just 2 S's and 8 phaser 1s. So I might be more powerful than he is. Okay, give me a second sensor decoy. Now here's the problem. It's darn near impossible to do this mission properly, because every time things stop working, my PPDs will unload. Bloody hell. Right, because I can't fire my PPDs because they're unloading. Can't fire my plasma torpedoes because they're unloading. So I just drift into range with him, and he can have a free and easy shot on me. There's not much I can do, and the biggest problem here is that my PPDs should have been fired by now, and I couldn't do it. I hate anomalies so much. Forward shields are steadily dropping. At least he's coasted to his top. Well, the sensor decoys are ready. So there's that. So I can prep another sensor decoy. Okay, engines are back online. Let's get this tub working again. I'm immediately going to fire a pseudoplasma torpedo. Get him to dump a wild weasel on this one. Really? No, that can't be real. I refuse to believe that's real. Damn it. Didn't shut that off in time. Sweep. Okay, we're getting good accuracy on this one. Part of the pseudo, let's make sure that he actually used it. Okay, I'm gonna assume he doesn't have it. And I don't have phasers because I didn't turn that off in time. But he's surrounded by fighters. This gives us the massive advantage in the anomaly, as always. And he's got moderate damage on him, which is lovely. Knocked out one of his plasma torpedoes. He's starting to try and limp away. He's actually going faster than my charging speed. And there goes my power systems. At least I got one sort of fairly well fire salvo into his back. And if these fighters just get like one more round of shooting, they should mostly annihilate him. Gorn vessels tend not to have great capabilities against fighters. To be fair, they don't have to fight them. They're surrounded by the Federation, which is an ally, the Marak, which are allies, and the Romulans, which use pseudo-fighters. So the ISC is a little bit weird, because the ISC also doesn't use fighters early on. It's not until later when they realize the massive utility of fighters. So we're just going to have to wait. And systems back online. Come on, you should be able to kill him by now. So we're going to have to just get within range once again. If he starts to accelerate, I'll probably engage him. Just to make sure maybe I'll get a lucky critical. Oh, the fighters took care of him. Good job. Anomaly missions. Such a frustrating mess is the only way to really describe them. But we were successful, and we have accomplished that. And that took us past our 20-minute mark. So I don't feel terrible about cutting the episode short. I was worried I'd get involved in another 15-minute duel with a dreadnought. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. I have been Tarek. If you like what you've been seeing, hit that like button and subscribe. If you want to receive a notification every time I post one of these videos, press that little bell icon. And make sure that you join us for our stream today at twitch.tv/Tarek117 at 5 o'clock. That's 5 o'clock at twitch.tv/Tarek117. So that you can join us for our Apollo's Vipers Rogue Tech playthrough. If you've ever heard of Battletech, well, now's a great time to come stop by and say hi. And I will see you all in the next episode.